Welcome to Illustrator Lesson 4. In this lesson you'll learn how to do the following. Cut with the scissors tool, join paths, work with the knife tool, outline strokes, work with the eraser tool, create a compound path, work with the shape builder tool, work with Pathfinder effects to create shapes, work with the reshape tool, edit strokes with the width tool, and use intertwine. Doesn't that sound exciting? So let's get right to it, shall we? So go ahead and open lesson 4, your start file, and this is what you should have on your computer. If you get a missing fonts dialog box that opens up, click activate fonts to activate any missing fonts. After everything's activated and you see the message stating there are no more missing fonts, click close. If you see another dialog box asking about font auto activation, you can skip that. So let's click File after we've opened this. Come on. File, Save As, and we are going to name this Diner Poster, and then your last name. Yours is not Parazine. Make sure you put it in lesson 4 folder and then save it. Click OK. And let's go ahead, let's do this. Let's click Window and just go to Reset Our Essentials, so that way we know everything is in the same spot working with the same thing, and then there won't be any issues if things aren't showing up. So in Illustrator you can edit and combine paths and shapes in a lot of ways to create your artwork. Sometimes that may mean starting with simpler paths and shapes and using different methods to produce more complex paths. The method and tools you will use in this lesson include working with the scissors tool, the knife tool, and the eraser tool, outlining strokes, joining paths, and more. Several tools allow you to cut and divide shapes. You'll start with the scissors tool, which splits a path at an anchor point or a line segment to create an open path. Then you'll cut a shape for the restaurant sign with the scissors tool and reshape it to look more like a building shape. Click the View menu and make sure that Smart Guides is selected. You should have a check mark by it. If you do, good. Choose Poster Parts 1 down here from your navigation menu. You can see examples of what you'll make in the column labeled Final Examples. These are your examples. You'll work with art on the artwork in the column work area over here. Select the selection tool. Click the gray shape with the green stroke behind the open 24 hours on the top left of the artboard. Press, if you're on a Mac, you're going to press Command if you're on, and plus. If you're on a Windows computer, it will be Control and plus, and that will zoom into your selected artwork. The more times you click on it, the more times it will zoom. With that shape selected in the toolbar, press and hold the eraser tool. So go over here to your eraser tool, and we want to click the scissors tool. Move the pointer over the top edge of the shape, and when you see the word intersect and a vertical magenta line, you're going to click to cut the path at that point and then move the pointer away. So we are looking for intersect and magenta. See where you see that? If you move away, I didn't mean to click there. I'm on Command Z. Intersect and a vertical line. All right. cuts made with this tool must be somewhere on a line or a curve rather than on the end of an open path as with the line. With this tool, when you click the stroke of a closed shape like the shape in this example, the path is cut where you click so that it becomes an open path. Select the Direct Selection tool in the toolbar. Move the pointer over the blue anchor point and drag it up and a little to the left. Oop, what did I do? Let me Command Z. What did I do? I know y'all are shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Do this again. Direct select. There we go. I don't know what I did. But you should do something like that. From where you originally cut the shape, drag the other anchor point up and a little to the right. Like that. Notice the stroke, the green border, doesn't go all the way around the shape. That's because cutting a shape with the scissors tool makes it an open path. If you only want to fill the shape with a color, it doesn't have to be a closed path. It is, however, necessary for a path to be closed if you want a stroke to appear around the entire fill area. So suppose you draw a U shape and later decide to close the shape, essentially joining the ends of the U with a straight path. If you select the Open U path, you can use the Join command to create a line segment between the endpoints closing the path. When more than one open path is selected, you can join them to create a closed path. You can also join selected endpoints of two separate paths. Next, you'll join the ends of a path you just edited to create a closed shape again. Select the Selection tool in the toolbar. Click away from the path to deselect it, and then click in the gray fill to reselect it. This step is important. Only one anchor point was left selected from the previous section. If you were to choose the Join command with only one anchor point selected, an error message would appear. By selecting the whole path when you apply the Join command, Illustrator simply finds the two ends of the paths and connects them with a straight line. So over here on the quick actions, if you will click Join, look at there. Look what it did. It joined it. Now, yours may not have been exactly like mine. Yours may be like this. Mine's like this. Just do yours however you want it to be. Doesn't have to be like this. Actually, I'd prefer if your final example doesn't look like the real one. When you apply the Join command to two or more open paths, by default, Illustrator looks for and joins the paths that have endpoints located closest to each other. This process is repeated every time you apply the Join command until all paths are joined. Alright, we're going to hold down the Shift key and click Open 24 Hours to select that as well. Click the Group button, and that joins them together so they move as one. And let's click Select, Deselect, and let's click File and then Save. Save what we've just done. You can also use the Knife tool to cut vector artwork. Using the Knife tool, you can drag across a shape, and instead of creating open paths like the Scissor tool, you'll end up with closed paths. The Knife tool is a great way to make multiple shapes from a single shape, maybe so you can apply different colors. In this section and the next, you'll take a shape and cut it into multiple shapes to make the head of a dog. Press the space bar to access the Hand tool. See the Hand tool? Hand, and drag up in the document window to see the brown shapes just below the Open 24 Hours. So if you click that and drag up, you see those brown shapes. With the Selection tool selected, got that? Click the brown shape as shown right here, like I'm doing. That part. His little nosy looking thing. Now you need to access the Knife tool, but it's not in the default toolbar. You'll switch over to a more advanced toolbar for the moment so you can access the tools you need. So click Window, scroll down, hang on, excuse me, scroll up, Toolbars, and then go to Advanced. You should now see a lot more tools over here. Press and hold the scissors tool. See it right there? And there's your knife tool. Knife tool. First you'll use this tool to make a freeform cut from the brown shape, making the nose of the doll. So with this knife tool selected, move the knife pointer above the selected shape, drag to cut a nose out of the shape. So we're going to no, not that big. Let's do it on the tip. Our dog's got a little tip nose. Of course, you gotta. I'm not good with the mouse. Those of you that are drawing will probably do much better than me. Only selected objects will be cut by this tool. If nothing is selected, it will cut any vector objects it touches. If you don't like what you've done, you can just do Command Z or Control Z and redo it till you get it like you like it. Select, deselect. Select the selection tool and click your new little selection here, and you see that I've got just that part that I cut. Click the fill color box in the properties panel, and we're going to make this black. It's got a black nose tip. Press the escape key and that'll close the swatches panel if it's showing, and then let's click away from it to deselect it, or you can do select, deselect. So this is kind of a long video, so let's click File and Save and go to our next video.